But I don't know who this is for, but you already have more than enough. What has God put in your hands that you are ignoring or you're downplaying?
I want to move correct.
What's up, y'all? This is Tania at Christ and Locs. Welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, welcome back. If you're not, today it's not going to be about hair. It is going to be a word from God on how a lot of people should approach the resources that God has given us. A lot of us have been looking for different ways we can improve ourselves or to try to make up for lost time. And God is saying that while we are looking for new things and looking for new opportunities, that we need to reassess what we already have, what He's already given us, and seek Him for the wisdom to be able to do what we have been called to do and look at what He's already put in our hands. A lot of us, especially during this time of year, have been dissatisfied with different things we have going on, and that's understandable. Life is not perfect. So when we are dissatisfied with things that have gone on in our life in general, or maybe just over this past year, we sometimes have a tendency in our flesh to seek out new things. But God is saying that I did not tell you to do that. A lot of people, we act out of our emotions instead of really seeking God for what we should be doing in the first place. And maybe one of the reasons why we've had turmoil over the last year has been because we did not seek Him on what we should be doing with what's already in our hand. We're just continuously on this cycle of, if I try this new thing over here, or if I follow this person over here, if I start this new job, going from job to job, that things are just going to work out for us. And God is saying, if I did not tell you to do that, it doesn't matter how much you run from pillar to post, it's not going to work out. It is not going to work out. God is trying to get you to see that the resources He's giving you are sufficient. Matter of fact, His grace is sufficient. His grace is the resource that He's giving you through the power of His Holy Spirit. Whenever we are operating outside of what He's told us to do, that's when we're spending more money than what we have to do. That's when we're wasting time. That's when we're in relationships that we shouldn't be in. That's when we're at jobs that we should have never been at the first place. Seek God for what He wants you to do. We have over a week and a half left in this year. We still have time. There's still time for God to do a mighty work in your life by virtue of you being surrendered to His Spirit, spending time with Him and seeking His face on what He wants you to do with what you already have. But I don't know who this is for, but you already have more than enough. What has God put in your hands? What has He put in your hands that you are ignoring or you're downplaying? What relationships has He given you that you are ignoring or you're downplaying? What situations has He put you in that you are not walking in your God-given purpose? There are circumstances that we do have to go through in order to build our character, in order to do the things He's called us to do according to the purpose He's intended for our life. But a lot of the stuff that we've gone through, whether it be relationships, jobs, even in our own hearts, are a result of things that we have done in our own strength that God didn't call us to do. This is a difficult time of year for a lot of people. You have grief. People have gotten laid off, especially around the holidays, with trying to, make things pleasant and happy for your kids and be around family. It's a lot going on right now. I understand that, especially as a professional too, that it's difficult to want to engage God about what you have going on. But this is the time that you do need to run to Him. This is the time that you need to lay it out bare before Him, to be honest with Him, especially as we transition into another year, which means nothing to God. He's outside of time, but considering that we live in a society where time matters and things turn over, so to speak, in a new year, seek His face on how to manage and navigate within this natural realm that we're in so that you can move towards your destiny. That's something I had to come to terms with myself. Like I had to come to terms with what were the things that I was engaging that were not healthy for me, that were stagnating me from my career. What were the relationships that I wasn't necessarily investing in that God had put in my life? What were things that I was even watching on YouTube that were harming my spiritual relationship with Him or harming my perspective on life in general? Like, these are things that you should think about especially if you are a child of God, which I'm assuming people who've made it to this point are, as you're navigating and trying to grow and trying to work out your salvation with fear and trembling so that you can be a vessel that God can work in to do what he wants to do on this earth. You guys have a happy holiday. This might be my last video of the year. And even so, I just pray that y'all have a blessed Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas, and a happy new year. And if this is my last video, I'll see you guys next year. God bless. Bye-bye.